Good morning. We're going to understand what numerology can be, how does numerology work, what is the role of a numerologist, and how it can impact someone's life in a very scientific manner. So let's say we are starting our course with section 1, understanding numerology and the role of a numerologist. Numerology primarily is based on 3 foundation pillars. 1, the name and the impact of name in numerology. 2, the impact of date of birth plus month of birth plus year of birth. And the third is the effect of the time cycles on understanding the numbers and their prediction. When you combine these 3 areas, you get to make the final charts, which constitute what numerology is and which will be used for predictions. In addition to the 3 verticals, numerology also is understood in 3 base foundation effects, which is used for, say, A, B and C, which is used also to understand numerology and also give remedies at the end. So the A part, the big foundation, number 1 is the master numbers. And the effect of a master number in someone's life. B, karmic debts from the past life which needs to be fulfilled in this life, and also understanding the impact of these debts. It is one of the reasons, 3 or 4 key reasons, that we are given a human life. The third is karmic lessons, which are the challenges that one will face in this life as a repetitive challenge to understand what evolution or the path of evolution the soul will have once having overcome these lessons in the human body in a school called Earth. Understanding what karmic debts are in this life and how they need to be paid off. Understanding if a person has a master number, which is like a contract from God to be able to create impact on a large or a big scale. Once we understand all this, we understand what the work of a numerologist can be. Now, having understood this, let's go a little about the theory of numerology. Born at this point, and if our life goes on to this level, we are meant to keep going on and on towards the final destination called moksha. From the past life, if you are to come to this spot, you need to cover a journey of non-human life, which is a life of many souls together, called a soul group Once you are a part of the soul group and now you have been given a life of a human being, so you start at this point as your starting point, and this becomes your blueprint for this life, of how life is going to take shape and run its course. What happens when you go away from the intended path, from the basic path? You may start to go away from the path. You may start to be very much away from your intended path by the karmas that you do. Karmas are actions, action taken. Karmas are words spoken. And karmas are created by thoughts. If our karmas are filled with ego, anger, selfishness, etc., etc., jealousy, you will create negative karmas. Negative karmas, like I mentioned, are just not about the words that we speak or the actions that we take or the thoughts that go on in our mind. It's a combination of all this. And every time, so at every living moment, every second, we are creating karmas which are going to impact our life in the long run. Suppose I have started to go away from my path. If I have started to go away from my path, the universe itself will send you friends, situations, hints, saying that you are moving away from your path. Coincidences will happen in your life. You will come across people who will be ready to help you. You will come across people who will give you a kind of a lesson so that you are somehow going back to your original path. Friends may come, you may find somebody traveling together and he may give you some hint. You may have a situation where you just might get very lucky and hence your problem be taken care of, so on and so forth. So basically karmas creates the divergence or the going away from the path. Coincidences, situations, people, friends, family, relatives, people who are not friendly to you, all these will constitute of hints that you'll keep getting that, hey, you are not on the intended path. Listen to the universe, listen to the nature, listen to the hints. You are going away. And suppose you carry on and you do not listen. And at this point you exit life. Instead of this, which was your original path of exit, you have gone so much away from the exit path. If you exit at this time, you know that you don't have any peace at heart. There will be fear of the unknown. What is going to happen to me now? All my life I have lived a life a particular way, but now that I know that I am inside me, there is a vacuum and I am very afraid of how my life is going to be. Suppose this is where your exit is. This is the difference between where you're supposed to have died and exited in, and this is where you're dying. So what is going to happen? Instead of reaching the next life of a higher level, you may land up going lower. This life will be much more tougher than this life. As you go, similarly, you will keep going and this will become tougher and tougher. Tougher and tougher. As a numerologist, your job is to understand the blueprint. Your job is to understand the purpose of life. Your job is to understand the karmic debt that are coming from the last life. Your job is to understand what does soul want in this life to reach back to the normal way. What does the soul want? And it also needs to understand that your exit is very far away from the intended exit, and hence it is not a happy situation. With such depth of the karmic effect on the blueprint, will you get a sense of how strong numerology is in deciphering your current situation and current path. Last part that we need to understand here what a numerologist needs to do at this point is that while I'm teaching to you at this time, if I am facing a situation in the future, and I know standing today that, say for example, 1 week later the situation is going to create some problem. So what is my reaction? My reaction is, oh, what happened in the last time when I faced the same problem? Did I solve it? So I'm looking at my past right now. I'm looking at my past to understand what was my reaction for the problem that happened in the same situation last time. I'm looking at that. If the solution in the last time was positive, I will tend to do the same. If the solution in the last time was not positive, I will be now apprehensive. Oh my God, last time this happened, it was the same problem. Now I'm facing the same problem again, what do I do? So what am I basically doing? I'm looking at my past to handle my future. We all look at our past to handle the future. So if you're going to look at the past to handle the future, where are we going to look at the present to handle the future? Your mind, your intelligence is today, is in now. We don't use our present. We use our past to manage the future. If the result was X in the past experience, the result in this situation will also be the same and the same. There will be no evolution. Nothing is going to go up. You're just going to be the same situation again and again and again and again. But if you were to use your mind in the present, it is going to be far more powerful. For a numerologist, he needs to put his client in the present. You have to get them in the present. If you get them in the present, you get the entire picture powerful. Why? Because a powerful mind which is in the present, creates powerful karmas. If you are not in the present, you will not create the powerful karmas. If you are not creating the powerful karmas, you will have the negative effect again and again and again. So, from understanding the purpose of life, from understanding the blueprint of life, from understanding how the soul is going away from the intended path and how life is taking shape, we are now trying to see that the karmas are making a lot of impact. So let's try and cure the person from wrong karmas. For curing the wrong karmas, we have to get the person in the present, his mind, his energy in the present. To be able to get the mind and energy in the present, we have to remove the blockages. So last part of a numerologist is remove the blockages. How can you remove the blockages? By understanding what the blockages are. Secondly, once the blockages are identified, then removing it bit by bit. Let's understand what blockages can be. Suppose let's take the knee. This is our human body. 70% of our body is water. 30% of our body is earth, which is bones, tissues, muscles, etc. How does a name affect? Name is sound hitting the body. Sound is frequency. Frequency is measured in wavelengths. Suppose this sound or the frequency of the name Sachin, Sachin, Sachin hitting my body is negative. It will create dispersion in the water part of my body. Every time I write my name, every time I sign my name, every time somebody calls me, every time I sign a checkbook, I am reinforcing the frequency of my name. Suppose my name was not good, it will always create dispersion. Now if I have dispersion is created in my body, what does it mean? It means restless behavior. It can mean irritable person. जो इंसान ध्यान नहीं लगा सकता, जो इंसान हमेशा चिड़चिड़ा रहेगा. It can also mean loss of focus. अगर ये रेस्टलेस है, नींद नहीं आती है, तो क्या हेल्थ रहेगी? Sleep is negative. You will suffer from health. Suppose 40 years of someone's life and the name is negative. How will it affect? Somebody who's restless, sleepless for 40 years, what kind of a health will it have? Very, very little. Somebody who's irritable person, edgy person, what kind of relationships will the person have? Very, very negative relationships. Suppose the person has loss of focus, cannot stick to one job, changes one job to another, to another, to another. So if you keep changing your jobs, what kind of a career will you have? Very, very negative. Just the name has given rise to relationship, health, and career problems. Suppose the same frequency now when it hits the earth part of the body, it can, every number if it is affected by a planet, it will affect that part of the body which a planet affects negatively. For example, if I was born in number 1 of the month, 10th of the month, 19th of the month, or the 28th of the month, my heart will get affected. Quality of blood will get affected. So what will happen? If my name is not right, it will attack my heart. I can have a heart problem. It will affect my quality of blood. I can have diabetes. If I was born on the 8th, 17th or 26th, it is governed by Saturn. It is going to affect the portion above my neck and below my knees. Sleeplessness, headaches, migraines will start to happen. I may get a head injury. I may get a knee injury. My knees will start to pain. So on and so forth. So, whatever part of the body is affected by the number will get affected negatively because the name is negative. So when we talk about removing blockages, we first use the name to remove the blockages, then we use the date, month and year, then we use the time cycle. So we will study that in other sections. Once the blockages are removed, you have the person much more powerful in his present. When the person is in his present, they can take much more stronger decisions, happier decisions. Their mind, their actions and their words will be positive. Positive words create positive karmas. Positive karmas create positive future. The knowledge of one's purpose in life, one's blueprint, one's soul's journey, one's karmic debts of this life will then be used in a very positive manner to overcome or to follow that path. This is how a numerologist creates a structure for someone in life. It's a consultant's job and a very, very important one at that, because it is life that you are consulting, not something one-off. the entire life. As we noticed, a numerologist will affect one's life now, can affect the future life either in a positive way or in a negative way. So you and I have a very, very important job to perform. Our own karmas have to be strong, positive, all the time thoughtful and aware of the fact that whatever we speak, think and do will affect many lives. I end my section 1 now.